The long wait is finally over. After more than 2 centuries of mystery, speculation, and relentless searching, the Oak Island treasure has been found. Season 13 began with a level of excitement and anticipation that no previous season could match. The team, led by Rick and Marty Lagina, decided to start the season not with the infamous Money Pit, but with a new target: the Garden Shaft. Years of data, mapping, and modern science pointed to this location. Tests of the water by Dr. Ian Spooner had revealed anomalously high concentrations of gold and silver, suggesting that something extraordinary was hidden beneath the surface. For decades, treasure hunters had relied on gut instinct, legend, or brute force. This time, science was leading the way, providing precise direction to the heart of the mystery. The first day of digging was different from anything seen before. The energy on the island was electric. Every member of the team understood that they were on the verge of something monumental. As the massive drill rig began boring into the garden shaft, the team monitored progress carefully from the war room. Layers of clay, glacial till, and centuries of sediment were pierced one by one. Then, at just under 160 feet, the drill struck something entirely unexpected. It was not the soft, decaying wood found in previous digs. Instead, it was a hard, concrete-like substance, reinforced with animal bones and fragments of metal. This capstone had been designed centuries ago to resist discovery, a barrier built with the intelligence and skill of someone who knew the value of what lay beneath. When a core sample was brought to the surface, the team was stunned. It was man-made, a material unlike anything seen before. The next step was to deploy a remote camera down the borehole. The images that came back left everyone speechless. Beneath the artificial barrier was a man-made chamber, a space roughly 15 feet by 15 feet, constructed from massive hand-cut granite blocks. The team immediately named it the Sanctuary. Inside this vault, the treasure of Oak Island was revealed. Several chests were visible, one partially open and spilling gold coins. But these were no ordinary coins. The faces of Roman emperors were unmistakable, suggesting that these artifacts predated Columbus by over 1,000 years. The gold was only the beginning. Another chest contained ancient scrolls preserved in lead cylinders. Early analysis revealed that these scrolls included star charts, but not of the familiar northern hemisphere. They depicted constellations from the southern sky, drawn with astonishing precision. Linguists struggled to identify the mixed ancient Hebrew and Phoenician script, indicating the scrolls were as mysterious as they were valuable. But the centerpiece of the discovery was a ceremonial sword resting on a stone pedestal. Its hilt was wrapped in gold wire and set with uncut gems, while the blade was forged from meteoric iron. The 2-barred cross of the Knights Templar was engraved into the hilt, confirming theories long speculated but never before proven. Flanking the sword were 2 human skeletons, suggesting that this was more than a treasure. It was a tomb, a sanctuary, a message left for those who dared to seek it. The significance of this find cannot be overstated. For over 2 centuries, Oak Island captured the imaginations of explorers and dreamers. From the first dig by teenager Daniel McGinnis in 1795 to the many modern attempts, countless people have risked life and fortune in pursuit of the treasure. 6 people have died in the process, feeding the legend that 7 must perish before the island will yield its ultimate secrets. This discovery in Season 13 appears to fulfill that prophecy without additional tragedy, and it stands as a testament to perseverance, ingenuity, and the evolution of exploration techniques. Modern technology played a crucial role in this discovery. The Lagina brothers transformed the island into a fully operational laboratory, combining cutting-edge tools with careful scientific methodology. Ground-penetrating radar, seismic scanning, and strategic drilling replaced the brute force tactics of previous generations. Whereas earlier searchers relied on massive excavations, pumps, and simple observation, the Season 13 team followed precise data-driven leads. Water analysis by Dr. Spooner revealed concentrations of precious metals hundreds of times higher than normal, providing a chemical signature that led directly to the vault. Every core sample brought to the surface, bits of wood, coconut fiber, parchment, and even human bone, served as a historical breadcrumb trail, confirming centuries-old theories and guiding the excavation to the right spot. The garden shaft itself had been a genius choice. Unlike the original money pit, which may have been a decoy designed to waste the time and resources of treasure hunters, the garden shaft contained the fortified chamber that had been hidden for centuries. The meticulous design of the sanctuary, the concrete capstone, and the precise placement of artifacts suggested that its creators were highly skilled engineers, capable of complex planning and long-term preservation. The discovery confirmed that the original legends were not just stories, but warnings, carefully encoded in the design of the island. Inside the sanctuary, the artifacts provided clues to a larger, global story. The gold coins suggested connections to ancient Roman and Byzantine civilizations. The scrolls hinted at astronomical knowledge far ahead of their time. The Templar sword indicated the presence of one of history's most secretive and powerful organizations. This discovery challenges established historical timelines, suggesting the possibility of pre-Columbian voyages, organized expeditions across the Atlantic, and hidden treasures preserved over centuries. Each artifact tells a story not only of wealth, but of skill, knowledge, and purpose carefully concealed from the world for generations. The implications of this discovery are staggering. For historians, archaeologists, and treasure hunters, the Oak Island find could rewrite our understanding of exploration, navigation, and international connections during the medieval and early modern periods. The presence of Roman coins and Templar artifacts in Nova Scotia suggests a deliberate and carefully executed mission to transport and protect treasures across continents. The careful preservation of scrolls and the ceremonial sword indicate that these objects were not simply buried for safekeeping, but curated with purpose and reverence.
Maps and interpreting data. Their approach combined intuition, historical knowledge, and the power of modern technology. Years of near misses, false leads, and exhausting labor culminated in this extraordinary success. It is a story of persistence and resilience, showing that careful planning, methodical analysis, and unwavering dedication can achieve what others deemed impossible. The artifacts found inside the sanctuary were unlike anything seen before. The gold coins alone were breathtaking. Unlike the Spanish doubloons or pirate coins often associated with Oak Island lore, these coins were distinctly Roman, featuring the profiles of emperors who lived over 1,000 years before Columbus sailed to the Americas. Each coin told a story of a distant civilization, of a time when empires spanned continents and knowledge traveled along trade routes unknown to the modern world. The coins were perfectly preserved, their surfaces still sharp and detailed, as if they had been stored with care to survive centuries. Finding Roman coins in Nova Scotia raises questions that historians have been debating for decades. How did they arrive here? Were they collected by the Knights Templar, who may have traveled across Europe, the Middle East, and possibly the Atlantic to safeguard treasures? Or did other unknown travelers bring them across the seas? The scrolls discovered in the sanctuary added another layer of mystery. Each scroll was sealed inside a lead cylinder, protecting the fragile documents from decay. When carefully opened in a laboratory, the team discovered detailed star charts that were far more sophisticated than anything expected for the era. Unlike the constellations visible from Europe, these charts depicted the night sky from a southern hemisphere perspective. This suggests that the creators of the scrolls had knowledge of celestial positions far beyond what most historians previously assumed. The writing was a complex mix of ancient Hebrew and Phoenician scripts, presenting linguists and historians with a puzzle that could take years to fully decode. These scrolls are not just valuable, they could rewrite our understanding of early navigation and knowledge transmission between distant lands. The centerpiece of the find, the ceremonial sword, captured the imagination of everyone who saw it. Its hilt was wrapped in gold wire and embedded with large, uncut gemstones, while the blade itself was forged from meteoric iron, a material highly prized by ancient civilizations for its rarity and mystical associations. The two-barred cross of the Knights Templar engraved into the hilt confirmed long-held theories that the Templars were somehow involved with the treasure. The sword was more than a weapon. It was a symbol, a ceremonial object that tied the Oak Island treasure directly to one of history's most secretive and powerful organizations. Flanking the sword were two human skeletons, positioned as if guarding the treasure for eternity. This revealed that the sanctuary was not merely a storage space, but a sacred chamber designed with intention and care to protect its contents for generations. The scientific methods used to locate the sanctuary were just as impressive as the treasure itself. For centuries, Oak Island hunters relied on brute force and hope, digging ever deeper pits and battling flooding tunnels with steam-powered pumps. Those attempts often ended in failure or tragedy. But the Lagina brothers took a different approach. They used ground-penetrating radar and seismic scanning to map the underground structure of the island. This technology revealed a complex network of tunnels, chambers, and voids beneath the surface. Water testing by Dr. Ian Spooner provided the final piece of the puzzle. By measuring the chemical composition of water from multiple locations across the island, his team discovered unusually high concentrations of gold and silver. These chemical signatures were evidence that treasure was not only present, and patience of anyone seeking the treasure. The real prize was hidden in the garden shaft, carefully engineered to remain secret until the right methods were applied. The discovery also provides new context to the tragic history of Oak Island. Over 200 years, 6 people have died searching for the treasure. Accidents in shafts, exposure to toxic fumes, and misadventures with machinery created a deadly legacy that added to the island's mystique. The curse that 7 must perish before the treasure is revealed has haunted explorers for generations. The Season 13 discovery, made without further loss of life, may be seen as a turning point, proving that careful planning, science, and respect for the island can overcome the dangers that claimed so many in the past. The discovery raises questions that historians and archaeologists are only beginning to explore. The presence of Roman coins and the Templar sword challenges established timelines and theories about pre-Columbian exploration. If the Templars did transport treasure across the Atlantic, it suggests that sophisticated, organized expeditions were possible long before Columbus. Items such as the ancient scrolls indicate advanced astronomical knowledge and navigation capabilities that may have been far ahead of their time. Each artifact provides a glimpse into a world that history has largely forgotten, and Oak Island now stands as a critical link between past civilizations and modern discovery. For the Lagina brothers and their team, the discovery is the culmination of decades of effort, persistence, and personal sacrifice. Every season, every dig, and every setback contributed to this moment. Rick and Marty's commitment to combining historical knowledge with modern engineering and scientific research has rewritten the rules of treasure hunting. Unlike earlier searchers who relied on sheer force or guesswork, the team approached Oak Island as a massive outdoor laboratory.
studying its composition, testing water chemistry, and mapping subsurface structures with precision. The result was a level of accuracy and understanding that allowed them to achieve what so many before had failed to do. The broader implications of the discovery are just beginning to unfold. Historians must now consider how the Templars or other ancient groups may have transported and safeguarded treasures across oceans centuries before previously assumed. The Roman coins suggest the circulation of wealth across continents in ways not documented in current historical records. The star charts may offer insights into early navigation, astronomy, and knowledge sharing. The sanctuary itself, carefully engineered,
survives centuries, demonstrates the ingenuity and foresight of its creators. Oak Island has revealed that history is not always as linear or as straightforward as textbooks suggest, and the findings may inspire new research, new theories, and a re-examination of what is possible in pre-modern exploration. Beyond the artifacts in history, the human story is equally compelling. The Lagina brothers have endured countless seasons of disappointment, skepticism, and public pressure. Their perseverance, patience, and meticulous approach turned decades of frustration into triumph. Each core sample, each failed dig, and each small discovery laid the groundwork for the ultimate breakthrough in Season 13. The story of Oak Island is not just about gold or relics. It is about human determination, the quest for knowledge, and the courage to keep searching despite overwhelming odds. The sanctuary, now carefully documented and secured, is more than just a treasure chamber. It is a bridge between eras, connecting modern explorers with those who constructed it centuries ago. It stands as a testament to ingenuity, skill, and the enduring allure of mystery. The artifacts themselves, gold coins, scrolls, the ceremonial sword, and even the skeletons, tell a story of purpose, sacrifice, and deliberate preservation. The discovery validates centuries of legends and demonstrates that the mysteries of Oak Island were never just myths. There were carefully hidden truths waiting for the right minds and methods to reveal them. Season 13 of Oak Island has begun in a way no one could have predicted. The first dig has not only uncovered incredible treasures, but has opened the door to a new understanding of history, exploration, and the potential of human ingenuity. For the team, for historians, and for treasure enthusiasts worldwide, the discovery represents the moment when centuries of speculation became reality. It proves that with the right combination of knowledge, technology, and determination, even the most enduring mysteries can be solved. Unparalleled skill in metallurgy and design. The hilt, wrapped in gold and embedded with gems, bears the two-barred cross of the Knights Templar, confirming a long-suspected connection between the Templars and Oak Island. The presence of the sword, alongside two human skeletons, suggests that the sanctuary was more than a storage space. It was a ceremonial tomb, carefully designed to protect its treasures and send
legendary defenses. The history of the Money Pit and Oak Island's long-standing mystery provides critical context for the significance of this discovery. The original Money Pit, first uncovered in 1795 by teenager Daniel McGinnis, was a marvel of engineering. Layers of oak logs, clay, and stone were deliberately placed to create a structure that would protect its contents and resist excavation. Later investigations revealed a sophisticated network of flood tunnels designed to prevent treasure hunters from reaching the heart of the pit. Over 2 centuries, dozens of companies and individuals attempted to locate the treasure, many losing life and fortune in the process. 6 people died pursuing the island's secrets, feeding the legend that 7 must perish before the treasure could be revealed. The garden shaft discovery appears to fulfill this legend without further tragedy, showing that careful planning and science can succeed where others failed. Theories about the origins of the treasure abound. Some speculate that it could include Captain Kidd's pirate loot, Marie Antoinette's missing jewels, or even the lost manuscripts of Francis Bacon, believed by some to prove that he wrote Shakespeare's plays. However, the most compelling theory now centers on the Knights Templar. The sword, combined with the Roman coins and ancient scrolls, provides concrete evidence that a Templar expedition may have crossed the Atlantic centuries before Columbus. This raises the possibility that the Templars, a powerful and secretive military order, were able to organize long-distance voyages, transport wealth, and preserve sacred artifacts in a remote location. Oak Island may have served as the ideal hiding place, protected by engineering, secrecy, and centuries of legend. The sanctuary's construction reveals a level of planning and sophistication rarely seen in historical treasure sites. Massive granite blocks were hand-cut and fitted to create a chamber that could survive centuries underground. The capstone, reinforced with bone and metal, was designed to resist modern drilling technology, demonstrating the ingenuity of its builders. Every element of the sanctuary, from its layout to the placement of artifacts, reflects an understanding of engineering, preservation, and symbolism that is astonishing given the era in which it was likely created. Oak Island was not merely a site of buried treasure, it was a carefully planned, enduring monument to secrecy, knowledge, and protection. The human story behind the discovery is equally compelling. Rick and Marty Lagina, along with their dedicated team, have spent decades pursuing this dream. Every season, every dig, and every setback contributed to the knowledge and experience needed to achieve this success. Their commitment to combining historical research with cutting-edge technology demonstrates the power of perseverance, ingenuity, and careful planning. Unlike previous treasure hunters, the Lagina brothers approached Oak Island with patience, respect, and a methodical strategy, turning centuries of failure into a historic breakthrough. The global significance of the discovery cannot be overstated. Historians, archaeologists, and treasure enthusiasts are eager to study the artifacts, uncover their origins, and understand their implications. The presence of Roman coins, Templar artifacts, and Southern Hemisphere star charts challenges traditional narratives of exploration, trade, and knowledge transfer. This discovery demonstrates that human history is often more interconnected and sophisticated than commonly understood. Oak Island may now serve as a case study in early global networks, maritime navigation, and the preservation of cultural treasures over centuries. The sanctuary's construction reveals a level of planning and sophistication rarely seen in historical treasure sites. Massive granite blocks were hand-cut and fitted to create a chamber that could survive centuries underground. The capstone, reinforced with bone and metal, was designed to resist modern drilling technology, demonstrating the ingenuity of its builders. Every element of the sanctuary, from its layout to the placement of artifacts, reflects an understanding of engineering, preservation, and symbolism that is astonishing given the era in which it was likely created. Oak Island was not merely a site of buried treasure, it was a carefully planned, enduring monument to secrecy, knowledge, and protection.
Can uncover what centuries of brute force could not. The sanctuary and its contents offer an unparalleled glimpse into ancient civilizations, secret societies, and global exploration. Every coin, scroll, and sword tells a story that challenges our understanding of the past, while the careful design of the chamber itself reflects extraordinary engineering skill and foresight. Oak Island has finally given up one of its greatest secrets, and the implications will be studied for years to come. The human dedication behind this discovery cannot be overstated. The Lagina brothers exemplify patience, perseverance, and ingenuity. Their methodical approach, combining research, technology, and careful excavation, allowed them to achieve what many thought impossible. The story of Oak Island is not only about treasure, it is about the relentless pursuit of knowledge, the courage to explore the unknown, and the determination to overcome obstacles that span centuries.
The discovery of the sanctuary validates centuries of legends, confirms historical theories, and opens new avenues for exploration.